Arsenal back to winning ways today. I'm going with Arsenal 4, Nottingham Forest 1. And it'll be an interesting perspective because you look at Nuno Espirito Santo, their previous manager, and you look at Postecoglou. The only things they have in common is that they are managers in the Premier League, that they both managed Nottingham Forest and Spurs. You know, it's two worlds apart. You know, Nottingham Forest last season did very well, had a good league finish, very good on the counter attack, one of the best defensive sides in the Premier League. Now, Postecoglou's been in that position a matter of days. Is it too quickly for him to make a radical change, in which we know with Postecoglou is very attacking centric, or is he going to keep things the same? And you know, we need to bounce back to winning ways. You know, we had to sit and linger in that defensive stench after losing to Liverpool. 2 defeats is a difficult road. We can't lose ground, people. We need to claw it back. On the injury front, I mean, it seems a bit more positive where William Saliba's concerned, mixed where Saka's concerned. And I would say for me, with Benjamin White and Norgard in particular, I want to know what's going on. Mikel Arteta has spoken, people. As you know, Saka got injured. He didn't play against Liverpool. He didn't go off to England duty. And apparently the gaffer has said Bakayo's still out and he's trying to get back as quick as possible. But we need to respect that process. He's evolving really well with very specific work at the moment. And the moment we increase that load, let's see how he reacts. On William Saliba, Willie trained today, so we'll have a decision to make whether we play him or not. Very good news. The rest trained as usual. Ben as well. Ben's okay. So whether it's Hincapié as a centre half, I know 2 left-sided centre halves, but Benjamin White and Mascara, I'd rather them go out there as a centre half. You know, I'm more than happy to see William Saliba. Happy that it's more positive, but him and Saka, if we're going to take the risk, potentially minutes against Bilbao, potentially 20 minutes against Forest, I want more so Saliba because it's not clear on when Saka will be back. Manchester City, sorry, next Sunday, people. We need that, if I'm completely honest with you. So mixed bag of stuff. You know, Ben's okay, Saliba's trained, and it's a decision to make. I think we have to save the player from himself because obviously got injured against Liverpool in the warm-up, tried to continue, had to get subbed, people. On Kai Havertz, he's looking really good. He's walking freely. He started to load the knee and do some bits, as I said before. I think we're taking it from weeks to months, but knowing Kai, I cannot give you any time scale because I know what he's going to try to do. Same with Gabriel Jesus, so I think he's in a good moment. It was a very tough decision for him to go and have that procedure done, but I think it was necessary, and it was the right decision from the medical team to persuade him to do that. So yeah, he tried his best to, you know, not go have surgery and things. And this is what I mean, like when people say players don't care because they put their bodies on the line. Sometimes we might have to be cute and clever and save these players from themselves. Jesus, and obviously wasn't named in the Champions League squad, and he's not expected back until about December, January. He had major surgery that it was going to take him many, many months. So after discussing with the medical staff and understanding the schedule that we had and when we thought he could be available, that it would be between December and January. So we decided to make the call like we've done in the past with other players. Hopefully we did it wrong and he comes back earlier, but at the moment the provision was very clear, people. Obviously we had the departure of Jacob and now we needed another player in that position and we could upgrade as well what we had. He's ready to go. I wouldn't say he said his shots like Kivio, but clearly Hincapié is an upgrade, and he's, you know, I love the way Hincapié is. I'm sure you would have seen him over the international period. I want to leave my mark at this club, and I think us fans will fall in love. He's a very combative defender, which there's some lessons the 23-year-old Ecuadorian is going to learn in the Prem, but you know, the defensive options individually and collectively, they're good. He's trained only 2 days with us. He had a long travel with the national team, very successful game at the end against Argentina, but overall is available. So that doesn't scream like someone that's going to start. You never know. The gaffer's full of surprises. Obviously, after the international break, people, we need to get serious again. Obviously, it's a time of reflection in which Mikel Arteta has spoken about. Then we've gone over the Saka stuff. On Hincapié again, he's a player that we've monitored for years, which is true. We've been linked to him for a while. And he became available. We had the departure of Kivio. Now we needed another player in that position who could upgrade what we had, play in different positions, play in different formations. He's a player that obviously has a lot of experience already at his age. So very, very happy to have him. And it's crazy because he has been on the scene for a minute and he's 23, people. We've gone over if he's ready to play. On Postecoglou, his biggest strength, in my opinion, is the way he's been. He's put his fingerprints on that team. He's been very clear with the way he's played, very clear DNA, and are extremely good to watch. I've learned a lot from him, and it'll be a very difficult match. Now, I don't know if it will be here, but Arteta seemed to hit back at fans talking about Mikel Merino, and there was actually a funny comment around DNA and stuff. On his adaptability with the new players at Forest, we know he can't control that. Again, we just need to be prepared for anything. We need to be prepared for Nottingham Forest to be very good defensively, as they have been, and compact and counter attack. And we also have to be prepared that Postecoglou might say, do you know what, forget everything you lot knew under Espirito Santo, rip it up, go out there and have fun, people. On if there's any changes to preparations, you have to focus much more on yourself and improving and taking the game where you want to. Because at the end now, even if you know the manager, the scenario can change after 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 60 minutes. The flexibility and understanding and the preparation that goes through now in the Premier League. So what you expect for 5 minutes is not going to be the same picture for 95 minutes. So that's what we prepare for. On Edu at Forest, I was very happy with Edu. I think Edu did a tremendous job at this club, especially where the club was at the time. When he joined, he was part of that transformation of the football club. Then he decided to leave, and Andrea's come in very different circumstances to the club and done an incredible job as well. It's not necessary to compare when you have two people at the level that are both so good. On how he feels about our start to the season, I wanted 9 points instead of 6. You're not alone. I think Arne explained the game really well after the game when he said that we played 10 times, probably 8 times would be a draw. One will be for us and one was for Liverpool. And a magic moment decided the game. I would say, Gaffer, though, 9 times out of 10, yeah, I've seen that in the last 3 years, bordering now fourth this season. I've seen statements along that a few times now, and we're not really on the right side. And what I mean by that is you'd rather be in Liverpool's scenario. Granted, you could draw parallels from Man United, but that's the realm we need to get into, people, being on the right side of history across 90 minutes. We want more. We want to win more of those games and review what we've done, as well as in the circumstances that we had, not only in the way that we play, but in other areas, there's still room to improve. That's very good because the team is already at a high level. On if we wanted to play straight away after the defeat, yes, 100% after the defeat, you want to have a game in the next few days to get out of the system. It is what it is. But at the same time, I look at the international players' duties and how they've grown, the role they have in the teams, the impact that they have in every single match. I feel pride because they lose a game and they can go to the national team, they click again, perform, and most of them win, and they're very important in those wins, which is great stuff, people. But I would say, Gaffer, during the international period, we've seen a number of our players perform great in an attacking sense. Can we free up the shackles? We need to make the Emirates a fortress, people. We won at Leeds. Let's not lose against Nottingham Forest. And I think this is the comment I was talking about with Marino. He did it from midfield. Mikel has the ability. I heard some comments after the Liverpool game that we played 3 defensive midfielders. I think that was the narrative. No, Mikel had his hat trick playing as an attacking midfielder. I don't know when the last attacking midfielder scored 3 goals. So very interesting to learn what the perception is, especially when you lose a game of football, and how important it is to analyze and understand your players' quality in order to make decisions that are based on what you understand daily, which is very clear. He's obviously been very complimentary to Postecoglou. On his own DNA. We can go for a blood test and you can tell us on David Raya, pretty good. It's the best in the history of the football club. It's unbelievable, very good to understand the game. And especially when a few months or years ago, it's really good to look back as well and reflect on that. It's not it's we did it. And with the help, I think he had a tremendous job. On Madueke, I hope so, yes, in terms of, providing Saka with a headache when he comes back. When that day comes, Saka is in his best condition and Noni the same. That's what we want. And I'm very happy to have him. I think looking back at what he's done with the national team as well, I've spoken with Tuchel as well, very pleased. So he's really good. He's in really, really good moment. We've gone over this, people. Obviously, we're all happy with fighting for places and competition for places. On Bukayo Saka and William Saliba's contract, that never stops. I think the collaboration between the club and Berta is doing. I think the collaboration between the club, what Berta is doing, and the agents, apologies, is very good. I think the good thing is that the players want to remain here. They want to be part of the history of this club in the next few years, and that is always positive. Andrea will drive and see where we go. Again, Saliba trained yesterday. On if there's a joker in the dressing room, that's a bit irrelevant. I hear all of that. And again, we don't need to waste any time about the negative perception on our football club when we win, lose, or draw. Again, he has said Liverpool are actually the favourites, people, with obviously Isaac. And I think many people can't disagree with that. On if there's a fear of over coaching a player, it can be coaching them badly. It's like communication on the pitch. You can say, no, I want you guys to coach, but coach well, because a coaching badly is a terrible thing to do. It's better not to coach and be on mute than coach badly. That's always a line that is very important, which is true. Big up Madueke for what he's done for England as well. We've gone over Jesus, so we'll have to see exactly what's going on. I mean, Martin Odegaard. I'm going with Arsenal 4, Nottingham Forest 1. Odegaard to get an assist or something. He's cut his hair. He's going back to basics. Don't give up on the captain. I do hope where Hincapié is concerned, he will be loved by the fans, people. You look at our record after the international break under Mikel Arteta at home, people, and it does make for decent reading. Obviously, 2021, we lost 3-0 against Liverpool. Since then, you know, we've been in a good bit of form. So hopefully that continues, people. And Bukayo Saka won August Emirates Goal of the Month for his strike against Leeds.
You always just like,